Hey everybody, this is Joe Joseph, and this is the Daily Sheeple.com's news shot. So Vice magazine, Vice.com, had a very interesting article that I think needs to be discussed a little bit as it's getting kind of crazy. It says people are getting exorcisms instead of going to the doctor. Now, I find this very troubling in a way because oftentimes people go down the road of exorcisms and they don't really understand what they're getting into. They kind of blindly go, they trust a priest, and you just really don't know what kind of doors you're opening here. Listen to this. It says, Marie McClellan told me that she was 15 when she first thought a demon was inside her. A blossoming Canadian girl with dyed green hair and an oversized flannel shirt. She was attending rehearsal for an Easter play at her evangelical church in New Brunswick when she began to feel a fear crawling under her skin. As an actor playing Jesus was being nailed to the cross with fake blood dripping from his hands and face, McClellan started to breathe rapidly and violently, scratching herself. She said, "I didn't know what was happening to me. I just know I had to get out of there." She told me over the phone, and she reflected on the harrowing night in 1995. Her behavior was so frantic that she was approached by a pastor who she said pinned her arms to the floor. His touch only caused her more terror, a common sign of demonic possession. He said, "Have you ever played with a Ouija board?" And McClellan acknowledged that she had. The pastor exclaimed that she had a demon inside of her, likely angered by the sight of a real-life crucifix. It was a concept that filled her with horror and a kind of psychological detachment from her own body. Let me stop there and say that this is where people go wrong, okay? The visual that people often get from exorcisms is straight out of the movie The Exorcist. You know, the power of Christ compels you, and they're taking holy water and they're sprinkling it on the girl, and her head's going around in circles, and the cross, and the demons getting all bent out of shape and everything else. History paints an entirely different picture of what really happened. And organized religion is not the place that you want to seek refuge from demons. It's certainly not. As a matter of fact, oftentimes demons seek refuge in these organized religions. And so how can you exorcise a demon if the organization that is exorcising the demon is inhabited by demons? I mean, think about it. You know, your major denomination or faith that does these exorcisms is Catholicism. Catholicism, when you look into it, is not a happy-go-lucky, go there on Sunday, you know, put your offering in the basket, go to confession, because it's okay as long as you confess. You know, it's very interesting. God says in the Bible, call nobody Father except for me, your Father in heaven, right? But here we are calling these men Father. For what? You know? And I got nothing against anybody. And I'm sure there's plenty of priests out there that are good-natured, that have nothing but love for God in their hearts, but they belong to an organization that is completely and totally apostate, and to expect that they're going to exorcise these demons is a bit over the top, if you ask me. We all have skeletons in our closet, and we all have our demons. As we go through life, we open doors. And one thing that we've learned in the pursuit of science, because here's another big misconception, that spirituality and science compete with one another. They don't. They complement each other. And in getting a better grasp of things on a quantum level, we've learned that once a doorway is opened to other dimensions, other realms, or realms of existence, if you will, those doors are never shut. not to these entities, because these entities aren't trapped in the prison of time that we're trapped in. So once that door's open, it's always open. One of the things, a very common thing to associate with this is, say, like alcoholism. They call them spirits for a reason, because as you become more addicted to alcohol, it really begins to take over and rule your life. It is a demon. It's a monkey on your back. There's no doubt about it. And it follows you for the rest of your life, even if you're a recovering alcoholic. And I firmly admit I am one, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle to be around it. It's a struggle to be around friends that, hey, man, we're going to have a few drinks or whatever. Can't do it, because I know that door is always open, and that if I subject myself to that I will fall prey to that demon. No doubt about it. So I choose to stay as far away from that stuff as I possibly can, as long as I can. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not confronted with it from time to time. And when I do, I have to make sure I put my spiritual armor on and do battle with that demon and come out on top. Because if I don't, all that does, when you capitulate to your demon, you give it strength, and it becomes more powerful over time, and it can overtake you. Now, interestingly enough, in this case, what is going on here is you have a priest. Oh, yeah, you're inhabited by a demon. Well, so are you. You can't go with the standard, the power of Christ compels you, flashing a crucifix. Demons don't care about a crucifix. Now, they may show outwardly, yeah. Ooh, we're scared. We're running away. Yeah, we don't like that crucifix. But in reality, that's not what's going on. They may talk a good game. They may show you or deceive you that, hey, we're leaving now. But again, in reality, that's not what's going on. They're going to park their butt right there. This is especially true for those that are, say, bearers of light, that are doing good work and good things, trying to better society, trying to do charitable things, trying to do good things. Those people tend to attract the darkness, demonic entities. Why? Because you're a threat. You're a threat to the dark side, to, Satan, or whatever you want to call him. But I can tell you that for anybody out there that's considering going through this kind of exorcism, or especially when it comes, instead of going to the doctor, no, that's certainly not what you're supposed to do. The only real way to deal with demons is to confront them and to not capitulate to them. And what you'll come to find out is that human beings are really quite powerful, and we can resist anything that a demon throws at us. Now, my wife and I have been subject to extreme demonic spiritual attack throughout the course of our marriage, ever since I've known my wife. Now, before that, I had really never noticed or known anything. She's kind of like a spiritual lightning rod. And over the course of time, we've had these things manifest, and it's gotten really, really scary. And it started to affect our children. Now these things would manifest to our children, because why not? If they can do that and start to affect our children, well, then in effect, they're attacking us too. So these demons, these entities, first of all, are extremely real. Second of all, you can't go with the standard, yes, you must go to a priest to get it exorcised. That's a bunch of bunk, because they're so far off in left field. Organized religion is so far off in left field that how could you use error and untruth, if you will, to correct or rid yourself of darkness. You can't. That's not how it works. You are what is strong, and you are what has to exorcise demons. And that's the only way that can happen. You don't go to a priest to get it done. You take care of it yourself, or go to somebody that you trust, somebody that may understand things a little better. If you feel comfortable going to your pastor, that's all good. But again, remember, a lot of these structures, these organized religions, are put in place to do one thing, and that's control. They want control and power, those that are at the top of these organizations. So, with that said, I find this extremely interesting that there's a huge uptick in exorcisms, because what that tells me is that the forces of darkness are really laying it on thick and hard in this day and age. And there's a lot of things going on that confirm that to me, and also a lot of events that run or seem to confirm biblical prophecy. So, again, don't fall prey to the, I need to go to a priest. No, you have at your fingertips the only thing that you'll never need, and that is the Bible. And the extra biblical texts, like your Book of Enoch, your Jasher, your Jubilees, all of these texts that confirm themselves over and over and over again, and give you a guide to successfully keeping these demons at arm's length and living a good life, a productive life, a good spiritual existence that prepares you to go to the next level. And that's really what this life is all about. I'm Joe Joseph. This was the DailySheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below, as I'm sure you will, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great day.